In this exercise we will look at a more complex setup, using multiple different fixtures, but still set up in a quite repetitive way, meaning we can copy and paste a lot. But this could be used as a typical back wall of a stage performance. So we start off by deleting it to create our own. To start, we set fixture number to 5001. So as we're using multiple fixtures, fixture numbers will have to be redone later if needed to. Start by doing a Fatron 4x50 and then Shift R to rotate 45 degrees, Shift R again to get the other one in position. Take a video Dotron, place one at the end and one in the middle, deselect and then zoom in to nudge them in a good place for them to be copied from. So this is the first step. When you're happy with the start, you will mark all of it and copy and paste it. So you'll get a new copy of the exact same thing, then set it next to it. As you see, it's not fully perfect, so we'll take the new part and then move it closer, move stuff around a little bit. Because if we set these foundation bits perfect now from the start, we can actually just copy and paste a larger portion of the rig when we get to it. Once they are in a good space, you can just mark all of it and then Control C, Control V to copy another two, put them next to it, and then Control V to paste another set of two, so you'll get 6 arches, which was what we were aiming for. So now the top half is done. When the top is done, you mark the things you want to copy, which is everything except the Dotrons. Control C, Control V. Then you want to do Control G to group them, get them together, and then RR of course to rotate 180. Control U to ungroup them, and then of course mark them and nudge them up and get them in position. You'll see there's a Dotron missing on the right hand corner, so copy one of those and place it in position. So then you have the diamond shapes done. Next step is to place the McAllures in the middle of the diamonds. So start by doing one, get it approximately right, deselect, select it, and then set the scaling to 450 this time again, and then have it selected, nudge it a little bit so it's perfect, and then copy and paste it, and then shuffle all these 6 around so they are in the middle of the diamonds. When they are in a good position, we'll build the small blinders, which consisted of 2 atomic dot warm next to each other and 2 atomic dot cold underneath in a kind of 4-light array. So you have those, nudge them a little bit into position, Control C, Control V to copy and paste them. Then they almost came in perfectly. So then you paste the other ones, so you get a total of 5 in here. Next step is to mark the whole layout except for the top Dotrons. So for some reason I didn't get the Fatrons, so holding Control and clicking on them will add them to the selection. Control C, Control V will create a copy of the whole layout. So you get that into position. Good, but now you see the atomic dots are not in a good position, so you mark all of those, nudge them up into position. And then we're quite a long way towards the finished product. To get the last copy done, you mark the same amount of fixtures as in the top one, only now you need to hold Control and make a box around each of the 4 lights in order to get them into selection. Control C, Control V will paste a new one, then you nudge them into position, and you see, you have quite simply in a couple of minutes made a quite intricate setup to use for a show.